Hello YouTube, my name is Master Waffles here to give you guys another game of Planetary Annihilation, and this time we have a cast for you guys between the Superhero and Spoonface 80. These are just random PA players that I decided, hey, why not spectate their game? So right now over here we have the standard 2 mechs to power plant build, maybe going for factory, bot, vehicle, maybe an air factory to get out some sweet fireflies in order to scout out his opponent. We also have Spoonface going for the 2 mexes and then a power plant. Now usually you want to go mex, power plant, then mex again. In fact, he's going for the 3 mexes, so he's going to get a lot more metal than his opponent. However, he will be lacking in energy. Now, back to what I was saying. Yes, you'd want to go mex first, then power plant, then another mex, and then maybe another mex to get more economy, more metal, all that other stuff. Or maybe get a bot factory, vehicle factory to pump out some fabricators or an early scout, but he's going for 3 mechs to power plant build, which means early eco for his metal. Right now, his opponent is going for 2 mexes and 2 power plants, which means he's about balanced in energy and metal and going for a vehicle factory. He's probably going to build a skidder or a fabricator, most likely. Fabricators to increase his production overall, and skidders to kind of just scout out his opponent. And right now, this is a live game, so no, there is no replay system in this game. This is just, you know, a live game, so yeah. Sorry for that. And we do see an interesting little glitch happening right now, in which it's kind of stuck in a diagonal position. And if we can zoom closely into it, yep, it is definitely stuck in there, kind of looking a little bit retarded, like a bent penis. Anyway, so more fabricators are being made for the Superhero, and right now we can see that Spoonface is going for a vehicle factory as well, getting the fabrication vehicle. So both players are going maybe a little bit of identical builds. Oh shit, actually, call me Batman and Lucy Liu herself. The Superhero is going for an advanced vehicle factory very early on. Very risky play right now, as that will allow him to get out the levelers fairly early on, as well as the shellers. Shellers, mind you, are very bad against infantry, but are excellent against buildings. So right now he will have a good little smashing crew of an army comp for him to utilize against his opponent. Right now we also see a second vehicle factory coming out from Spoonface 08. So right now, as I can see, from what I can see actually on the screen, both players are relatively similar in economy, except the Superhero is a little bit ahead with 4 mexes, while Spoonface actually only has, well, he's now only getting his 4th mex just now. And so far we can see that Spoonface is going for those early ants. Ants are pretty good in this version of the game so far, just because of their sheer amount of firepower they bring about early on in the game, as well as their overall vast cheapness. But however, if the Superhero can get out this advanced vehicle factory faster than Spoonface can get out a large amount of ants, then those levelers are definitely going to pound away at Spoonface's asshole. Anyway, right now we can see the Superhero going for an air factory, which means he's probably going to get fireflies, like I said before, for scouting purposes, or maybe tier 1 fighters in case he's scared of some early bombing harassment and commander sniping. Now, unfortunately, both of these players aren't expanding that much, which is a real big shame, as there's a lot of good metal deposits all around the place. Over here, maybe some, I can't see much, over here. You know, so right now these players should really be expanding a lot more, but unfortunately they're not. He's getting an air defense tower for some defense capabilities. Right now 4 ants are on the field right now. Actually 5, I can't count, I'm sorry. And so far, he could very well overwhelm any levelers that come into his base. But right now, however, that remains to be seen. His commander isn't building anything, which is pretty bad. In fact, I think he's doing the chimichanga on the factory over here, and now has just slipped past that entire factory. Firefly coming overhead just to scout out the entire place, and so far we can see that it's a massive amount of mex deposits around Spoonface's base. He actually has an advantage, as Red needs to go further out in order to get this deposit, as well as this motherlode deposit over here. Right now, as we can see, Superhero is still going for that leveler. In fact, no, he's not going for a leveler at all. Fuck, shit me in the asshole, for God's sakes. He's going for an advanced fabrication vehicle, which means that he's going to get the buildings either an advanced energy plant, advanced metal deposit, or nuclear missile launcher, catapult, lobber. So this is very, very risky right now because right now superhero has no defense whatsoever. No defense. Like, I'm guessing the reason why he's building an advanced fabrication vehicle so early on is to just get ahead in economy, or maybe build some superior defense towers. Aha, that's why. So he's building some advanced laser towers, which are surprisingly very, very good against land units. In fact, they're so good that, you know, most units really can't survive against them. And so far, he's not finishing the construction of these turrets, which begs to wonder, what is he doing? Is he going to select these fabrication vehicles over here and continue the construction, or is he just going to leave it like this? Oh, no, wait. Yep, he's definitely going to continue it with these fabrication vehicles and make this guy go run off somewhere to build maybe an advanced metal deposit, or maybe advanced energy plant, or maybe just a lobber or nuclear missile launcher. Keep in mind, nuclear missile launchers don't do much damage, and lobbers are definitely the best thing you want out of a advanced fabrication vehicle, simply because of their massive range and their firepower. And he is going for the advanced metal extractor, so I was right on that. He's doing a good job of scouting out, but so far all he's doing is putting these two planes over here, so it's a little bit bad. His situation is very bad. In fact, he's actually in a very bad energy situation, because most of the time he was building this advanced vehicle factory like a dum-dum. He neglected on all of his economy structures, all of his military units. That's why his military is bad, and that's why his economy is suffering badly. Also, he is building an advanced metal extractor, so that doesn't make things even better. So right now his economy is straining, and we see that Spoonface is going out of his way to just spam ant after ant, and he has a massive army. He should be pushing right now, stopping this entire tower defense array from being constructed and hitting the superhero where it hurts. Where it hurts, actually, not where he hurts. Right now, I do believe that if Spoonface can attack right now, he could destroy the superhero, no question about it, or at least mortally wound him. I don't even know if Spoonface actually knows where the superhero is, and unfortunately, I don't know if he knows, so it's a little bit of a misunderstanding between both parties, the spectator and the player. Right now, if I was Spoonface, I would be going after the superhero. If I was the superhero, I would not be going for an advanced vehicle factory so early on. And if I did go for advanced vehicle factory early on, I would go for economic structures more so than these turret arrays. I would be building more military buildings alongside this advanced vehicle factory. And honestly speaking, I would continue constructing all the way around, building more mexes over here, more mexes over here, and more mexes over here, and kind of expanding. Right now, expanding more and building a lot more and having more map control is definitely key in this game. Map control is what this game is all about, and spamming as well. If you stop spamming and if you let your opponent gain the map control, you definitely lost the game. Now, so far, the superhero has a chance since the Spoonface is kind of stuck looking around the map looking for him. But if the Spoonface does find him, in fact, if he hits around the rear of the superhero's base, then that could be very, very bad for the superhero, simply because the superhero has no defenses in the back. He has no defenses in the front either, but at least these things can soak up damage. Right now, we can see that the superhero only has about 7 ants, and we see the Spoonface has like 30, 20, something around there. He has 4 vehicle factories, so if he loses all these ants, he already has enough ants to replace it. He's doing a good job in building a lot of power plants, doing a good job in building metal extractors all over the place. He should be expanding a lot more. Both of these players are neglecting the economic side of their construction, and so far they're not expanding that much, they're not spamming that much, but Spoonface is doing a better job at spamming, where the superhero is doing a better job at map control simply because he has more vision. Now, both of these players are neglecting a radar, and one radar I think could pretty much even the tide of battle. I don't know where Spoonface is going, to be honest. He's going to every place on the moon besides the superhero's base. In fact, wait a minute. If he sees this air defense tower, things could change in favor of the Spoonface. Will we see? Yep, he saw it. Okay. So right now, if I was a superhero, I would shit my pants and turn all of my ants. There we go. Maybe move the commander. There we go. One D-gun will destroy this entire army, mind you, so it's still in the realm of possibility that the superhero can survive from this. Oh, I was so close to being constructed, but now it's going to be stopped. by all these ants. That's a shame. It's a really big shame. And advanced metal extractors are actually way better than they used to be simply because they were nerfed. So right now he's letting his commander soak up all the damage. That's good on some occasions, but right now that is bad. He needs to get in a little bit closer for him to use that D gun. Why isn't he using the D gun? I have no idea. He needs to get in a little bit closer. But right now he's setting up his ants, which means now he has a little bit of a meat shield, but it's not enough as there's too many of Spoonface's ants to fight back. And so far, this commander will be able to clean up this army, but at the same time, he could have done a better job by getting in close to the army and using his D-gun, or sending in the ants first. So that was very bad on the superhero's part, and right now, Spoonface's second army is going to roll by. None of his advanced turrets are actually built yet. He's now just building a leveler, which could actually change the tide of battle, but he needs to repair that commander. He needs to send in some fabricators to repair that commander, because that commander is very weak. And he needs to build these advanced laser towers. Right now, one will go up, which is good. Very good for him. Most of his fabrication vehicles aren't being used right now, which is really bad. You really need at least 2 fabrication vehicles to build an advanced vehicle factory, simply because it takes way too long. He is also in an energy shortage, as you can see by this little spray line over here. And so far, the advanced laser turret is actually doing a phenomenal job at keeping these ants at bay, but so far he needs to bring in some reinforcements. The levelers coming in, the ants are coming in, so far he will be able to again hold back Spoonface's advance, but at the same time, for how long? Leveler does have more armor, more firepower, and more pretty much everything than an ant. However, an ant is faster and cheaper. So levelers are more expensive, more sturdier, more bulky, but slower and definitely more powerful. So right now Spoonface is still continuing to expand economically, as well as just continuously building ants. Right now, a good counter to ants would be bots, simply because you can spam out bots faster, bots have a better fire rate, and bots are more maneuverable, meaning they can micro around the ants' missiles and projectiles. And right now we do see the GG going out from the superhero, and that's about it. Now, rushing with tier 1, that's a big lie, simply because this was definitely not a rush. This was basically just a build-up. Anyway, so if I was a superhero, I would not have gone for this, and if I did gone for this, I would have been building military structures and military units at the same time, building more of my economy. He tried to go for the early advanced metal extractor tech up, which is admirable, and you can see why he would do that, simply because advanced metal extractors give a lot more metal than metal extractors. But at the same time, he neglected his economy overall, especially his energy department. He neglected his defense. He neglected spamming, building a military, and because of that, he was barely able to hold off Spoonface's attacks and advances. Spoonface's only fault was that he's always building ants, so if the superhero actually built like bots to counter this, or maybe even more ants, or just spammed a lot more, or built aircraft and bombed his commander, then Spoonface would have been dead. Keep in mind, he only has 2 air defense towers, no radar, which means commander sniping is still a very good possibility. So if the superhero instead teched up all the way to tier 2 aircraft instead of tier 2 land vehicles, he could have gotten what was it, Hornets, went in, bombed the shit out of the Delta, blow up his base, and win the game. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, actually. Nothing much to it right now. We can see that Red is continuing to try and build some advanced laser towers. It's still a possibility, actually, but right now he needs to build a lot more levelers, as levelers are the only way for him to win against this entire engagement with the amount of forces that he has. Use the ants to soak up the damage and the leveler to attack from afar. Remember that the leveler has a lot more range than a regular ant, which means that bringing them kind of a little bit more far away from the battle is very vital. And as you can see, their range is very good. They can literally snipe these ants from afar, which is really bad for Spoonface, but very good for the superhero. Now, as you can see right now, the ants are doing absolutely shit nothing. They're kind of like that used tampon your mom used after 5 years, and then all of a sudden you can't soak up anything, so you're just stuck using paper towels. So far now, Spoonface is finally building some vehicle factories. He should really be taking up to air vehicles. He should be getting radars to detect any military units coming out of the superhero, and the superhero should be building more economic structures. He is falling up behind an economy, even though he's technically ahead because of his advanced metal extractors. And right now his defenses are actually coming online. We can see that these buildings are being produced a lot faster just simply because the energy situation that the superhero has been facing has now been rectified, which is really good. He should really be reclaiming these laser defense towers so that he can gain more metal, and because of that he would be able to have a little bit more metal to utilize. Apparently Spoonface can't play because his controls are stuck. I don't know how much of this is true or not, but that's a thing apparently. This game is still in alpha, alpha's in alpha, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And right now we do see a radar coming out from the superhero, which means finally some detection. And that's a big surprise actually. Now apparently Spoonface wants to leave the game, restart it, I'm not sure. And right now we can see some little dialogue between the superhero and Spoonface. He should really still be reclaiming these tower defenses. Right now he's still neglecting his economy overall. He should also be repairing these metal extractors as well, so that they don't take one hit to the face and then blow up. Levelers are coming out from the superhero, which is really good. In fact, only one advanced vehicle factory is building levelers, which is a shame. And now we see another engagement by the Spoonface, maybe going around and hitting the superhero from the back. Oh no, from the west actually. Never mind. I don't know my lefts, rights, and ups and downs anymore. So anyway, Spoonface is going to hit from over here, which is really good as the tower defenses can't reach his army, and the superhero will have to face him with the amount of forces he has. But he does have quite a few amount of ants. He has a little bit of levelers around here and dares, which means he's doing a good amount of a good job actually spamming out some military units. What Spoonface should be doing is actually attacking from over here, because this is a very weak, vulnerable area where most of his economy structures are, the superhero's economy structures, that is. So attacking from here could actually be very, very vital, just so that you can knock out the superhero from the game and destroy his economy overall. Right now we can see the Spoonface actually ignoring the advanced vehicle factory being constructed, and I think the superhero knows what Spoonface is doing, and now Spoonface decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll destroy your advanced vehicle factory, which is very good. More vehicles, factories you destroy from the superhero, the less military units he can spam. And he should be continuing his assault right now, actually backing away, which is arguably a smart idea simply because the amount of levelers could actually destroy this entire army. Remember, one shot from a leveler will destroy an ant, and it takes 3 ants to kill 1 leveler, I think. I haven't done the metrics for that yet. We can see Spoonface is upgrading to an advanced vehicle factory, which means levelers of his own will be able to be utilized, as well as shellers just to destroy pesky little structures like the advanced laser towers. None of these opponents are actually going for a lobber, pelter, anything of that sort, which is a little bit weird. It's kind of like inviting your Aunt Marie to your graduation party, and then she stumbles upon you fucking a blow-up doll, and then you have to explain to your Aunt Marie why you're fucking a blow-up doll. And she's crying in the corner going, oh, my son, my nephew is fucking a doll. Poor Aunt Marie. Poor Aunt Marie. So right now, as you can see, we're just looking at the game analytically, and we're kind of in a situation where both players aren't really doing much. We see another advanced vehicle factory being made by the superhero, but the superhero is not building enough. He's not allocating his forces enough. He is repairing his structures, he's repairing his commander, but he's not spamming enough military vehicles, he's not spamming enough ants, he's not building enough military factories. The problem with the superhero is that he's just not building enough. He's just not building enough units, he's not building enough buildings. He's at the right place of mind, but he still isn't doing much. He's not building enough. And the Spoonface's problem is that he doesn't have enough fabricators. Because of that, he's not building enough as well. But he does have a lot more metal. Well, metal extractors, tier 1 metal extractors. But however, the superhero does have tier 2 metal extractors, which means I think the economy has now been in a stalemate. Now Spoonface is a massive force. If the Spoonface can get away from that turret array and attack him from over here and destroy all of his economic structures and potentially kill his commander while not taking any turret aggro, then the Spoonface could definitely win this, and I think that's his plan. But has the superhero seen this? He does have a radar. He probably has seen this. So far we could see that the superhero is actually meeting the Spoonface's army. That is very bad, as the Spoonface outnumbers him. He should really be pulling these levelers back. These are all very expensive units, and they can just easily be utilized as kind of artillery pieces. I don't know why he's bringing them so far up close to all these ants, and so far, superhero's entire army was entirely destroyed. I can't believe he did that. Fuck. That was really bad. But, however, he does have a good array of turret defenses, which means he could virtually hold this off. However, that was really bad on Superhero's part. He should have just held back to this turret line, used its turrets to kind of just destroy his entire, Spoonface's entire force, and use the military units to back up the turrets, or instead just huddle around the commander and stop any sneaky little attacks from happening to the commander. I think that was really bad on both Spoonface's part for attacking all these turret defenses, which was really a stupid mistake. He just lost his entire army. Could have won the game with that army. And I think the superhero made a big mistake of not building enough levelers, blah blah, all that stuff, but also not keeping to the turret line, and also not huddling around the commander. If he let the turrets soak up most of the damage and then send in the military units to finish off Spoonface's military units, he would have been in a better position. Way better. And right now we can see Spoonface is actually in a very good state of mind, because right now he is building the shellers, and the shellers are magnificent. In fact, they are the pinnacle of tier 2 artillery, mobile artillery actually, because stagnant artillery will definitely go to the lobber. Now the shellers will undoubtedly destroy these advanced laser towers, and we do see a pelter being made, which begs the question, will he use this pelter offensively or just kind of to just keep the superhero at bay? Right now the superhero sees this. He does have a lot more levelers. I don't think this is enough levelers to deal with this many ants, but we'll be the judge of that later on. Right now, one sheller coming out, and then he's building an advanced fabrication vehicle, which means he'll finally get advanced metal extractors, advanced energy plants, advanced lobbers. Are lobbers even advanced? I don't fucking know. And advance everything, which is really good for him. Right now, none of these players are going catapults, which means they're not having that long-range bombardment capability that can reach all around the fucking planet and give them a rim job up the asshole. Right now, we can see that the sheller is trying to get into position. Right now, however, Spoonface is doing a really bad tactic right now. He's building... I can't fucking... Oh my fucking god. What are you doing, Spoonface? Right now, he's doing a really bad tactic in building military structures that can attack opponents from afar, yet he has no detection to see those units. So he should really be building a radar, or at least an advanced radar station. And why he's building a catapult instead of a lobber is completely out of my comprehension right now. Another sheller coming in, so that's good at least, but he has so little fabrication vehicles. He only has a fabrication vehicle, tier 2 fabrication vehicle, and a commander. He doesn't have much of anything in terms of construction. He has a lot of ants, granted, so the superhero's army will be met. But because the superhero is continuing to build advanced vehicle factories, and levelers are still coming out daily, and because of these advanced tower defenses, the superhero, well, not superhero, but the Spoonface is definitely going to find that attacking the superhero now is pretty difficult. In fact, it could be nigh on impossible for him to win with this entire force, simply because levelers held back before this tower defense line can just annihilate these ants. The levelers can act as scouts, well, not scouts, but snipers. These tower defenses can act like walls and pretty much soak up all the damage that the ants are doing, and that's how the superhero can actually win this. He actually has a sheller of his own, so he's going to attack these structures from afar, which means these shellers, if he continues to spam them out, could nullify these pelters being made. And here's another bad thing that the Spoonface has done, but I think he hasn't noticed yet. And the big problem that he has right now is the fact that, yes, he is building catapult, but he only has one fabrication vehicle on it, which means that thing is taking for fucking ever. If he's going to build a catapult, he needs at least 5 fabrication vehicles to speed this fucking production off. And that's his big problem as well, and he hasn't noticed it yet, which is really bad for him. Right now, the pelter is doing damage, but not enough. He really needed to build that lobber so that he could do tons of damage. Right now, he's still building ants. He's still building shellers. Not building any tier 2 economic buildings. Not building even more fabrication vehicles. And that's the problem a lot of players have. They don't build these tier 2 economic buildings. They don't build any fabrication vehicles. And because of that, they lack heavily in the construction department. Anyway, so right now the Sheller is going to come forward and destroy all these buildings. Wow, the damage that the Sheller does is incredible, but only if it's able to hit. And right now, as you can see, ouch, ouch, ouch. Tons of damage going on Spoonface's entire army right now, and he's going head first into the tower defenses. This is really, really fucking bad for the Spoonface right now. And we do see that the superhero has a catapult of his own, which is really, really good, as he was able to send in these 2 fabrication vehicles as well as the commander himself to finish up the construction of that catapult and then have the bombardment capabilities that the catapult will allow. And right now, as you can see, this missile is just going to shoot forward and hit the asshole of that Sheller, completely raping him. And we do see that the superhero is doing a great job at defending his economic line. That is really, really good. This place was over here just super, super vulnerable. Completely able to be just virtually wiped out of existence a few minutes ago, and 10 minutes ago actually. But now that the superhero actually has some tower defenses, he's definitely locked down this place tight. The number of levelers is now massive, and the Shellers out here are just incredible. The production coming out from the superhero is now greater than the Spoonface, and honestly, now this catapult is just going to town, destroying these buildings. And right now, we can see that the game is lagging a bit. I do believe it's because one of the players is deciding to leave. Either that or alpha is alpha. Either way. Who knows? So we are experiencing some lag issues. Sorry about that. I generally don't know what's going on. It's alpha's alpha. So right now we do see both armies from black and red coming forward, but it doesn't matter anymore. There's too many levelers. Too many levelers. That one Sheller was able to kill 2 levelers, but it's not enough. It is definitely not enough. The sheer power of the Shellers that the superhero has is incredible. The amount of levelers he has is incredible as well. And because he was able to finish out his catapult earlier on, he was just able to annihilate Black's forces. And now, as you can see, the catapult is destroying these buildings from afar, and the Shellers are definitely destroying the buildings from afar as well. And Spoonface walked his commander in a fit of either rage or desperation to try and destroy the superhero's base, and walked into the advanced turret line and destroyed and killed himself. Anyway, so that's my first cast of Planetary Annihilation. Please leave constructive feedback for me to respond to. If you're going to tell me I suck or my dick is as large as a rhinoceros, that's not helping. I mean, like, you know, constructive feedback on how we can improve these casts. Anyway, my name is Master Waffles. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, and as always, please return back and give me some fucking cash.